In the studio with is a long-distance traveler music presentation and is recorded at Conrad Photography in Lawrencetown, Nova Scotia.
Hi, I'm Ian James, and this is my late 70s Yamaha FG340T. I got this guitar in the late 90s. My father used to buy, sell, and trade pretty well everything, and including musical instruments. And he picked this guitar up one time, and I started playing it and loved it. And I believe I traded him a mountain bike I had for it, and then I took the mountain bike back. So I guess that's sort of was laying the groundwork for what being a parent is all about for me. Based on my research, it's between 1977 and 82 is when they made these. And what I like about this is simple, the sound. It just has this depth and brownness, not unlike the color, to the sound, meaning it's not harsh and bright, it's very round and warm. It records beautifully. It's got a lot of low-end response, which is great because I play a lot of solo shows where there's nobody else playing and I need that bottom end and guts to help fill in where the bass and the left hand of the keyboard player is missing. It feels great. I had a Fishman pickup put in it for a one-off gig subbing with Rita McNeil in the late 90s, early 2000s, and until recently it had worked perfectly, and then it cacked out on me and I just had the same one put back in because it sounded so good. So I've got like a bass and a treble control and volume. It's active, so there's a battery inside which I have to remember to change. I've had it die in the middle of many sets because I didn't remember. But yeah, it's a workhorse. I love my Yamahas. Originally, Harlan Studis put in the first Fishman, and Doug Sampson, who's a great local repairman and guitar player, put in the new Fishman, identical to the old one. And it sounds like $1,000,000, like it always did. As far as I know, everything on this guitar is stock. I haven't replaced anything on it. The neck is relatively slim, a little fatter though than some of the newer acoustic electrics, which I like because it's, you know, a nice handful. Not a baseball bat, but not a little skinny thing that you feel like you're going to break. But just the tone. Strongly open chords, you know, and then when you come onto it, it doesn't sound all scratchy and thin. It just gets fatter. And then when you muffle it, like the bass response on it is amazing. You know, and then when you go like, it just rings out so nicely. As usual, because of my great repair guy Doug, the intonation is just flawless. This guitar sounds like $1,000,000 acoustically and plugged in. Often live, I'll ask them to plug it in and put a mic on it if it's being recorded for television or something, and you just couldn't ask for a better acoustic guitar sound. One interesting thing about this guitar is that I had a really, really bad case for it, and I was flying back from Nashville where I was writing some songs, and it got crunched on the plane, and the whole top came unfastened from right around there, and so I had to get it repaired. I had George Rosani do the repair on that actually, and he did a great job, clamped it and glued it all back together. And it's been tough as nails ever since. I assume we put a couple of glue blocks in there or something, but I've since upgraded my case and had no problems flying with it many times since. So it's a beauty, and it always treats me well, so I never thought of giving it up. It's a very tough and robust guitar. I'm certainly not easy on it. There's actually a photo somewhere of my youngest daughter when she was only 2, and the guitar was sitting on a chair, the neck up on the back and the body on it, and she was sitting mid-span on the guitar with all of her weight as a 2-year-old, just standing there, sitting there smiling at me when I walked in the room. And I took a picture before I took her off, so...
I hope you're enjoying this In the Studio With series. If you'd like to follow Ian's adventures, I'll put his link down in the description. And I hope you'll support this channel by subscribing. And I hope you'll support this project by adding an Ian Jane song and a Long Distance Traveler song to your playlist on whatever music platform you use. Thanks for watching, and here comes another episode of In the Studio With.